Hey everyone, this is Patrick, and I am back for another edition of Heavy Therapy. This is a collection update. I've been getting a lot of stuff in lately, and this is just some of it. Okay, so let's start with what is playing in the background, actually. This is some hardcore punk, Bay Area hardcore punk. The band is called Spy, and the album is called Satisfaction, out on Triple B Records, came out in 2023. 10 tracks, 13 minutes of music. So I came across Spy because I went to a concert. The full lineup was Cloakroom, Spy, Gouge Away, and then the headliner was Better Lovers. I never heard of Spy before, and they kicked ass. The energy was there, the aggression, great hardcore punk, a little bit of grind influence, but not on the record so much, but just kind of live. It made me kind of hear a little bit of grind, but they sound like Gulch, maybe that band Gum with 2 M's, and Regional Justice Center, I would say. So cool hardcore punk band, and was just blown away by their energy live, and just was immediately. They had me right away from the first note. And yeah, great set, great style. The vocal style is a bit acerbic, which is why it's a bit more hardcore. It's a bit acerbic, grating, maybe even Jacob Bannon ish. And yeah, that's what we're listening to right now. It is a pickup. I picked it up at this show. Again, the band is called Spy. Satisfaction. This is their debut 10-track LP out on Triple B Records. They have an EP coming out on Closed Casket Activities. Let's switch to a tape. Okay. Up next is the third LP from North called Sacrificial Solace. And this is out on Carbonized. And yeah, just an amazing death metal band. Necrot style death metal. The first track reminds me of Undeath. The drummer Jeremy is also the drummer in Abysmalist, great death doom project, and also is the basically the one-person project of Veruda, which is some great killer melodic black metal. So North, they play. Other bands that sort of this band makes me think of are going to be Tribal Gaze, Vastum, Ace Felix. So just, punky, riffy, straightforward, aggressive, low guttural sounding, fun death metal. Show you the inside of the J card. Killer stuff. Cool artwork and aesthetic here. Yeah. You like death metal? That's just a little treat for you from 2024, 8 tracks, 22 minutes of music. Let's go for this bad boy right here. So next up is another tape. This is Grim Entity with DSM-5, the new chapter, and just killer, basically brutal death metal out of Belarus. Band's been around since 2018. This is their first full-length album, which came out in 2022. 11 tracks, 25 minutes of music, and independent release. Sludgy, rumbling, brutal death metal with some grindcore riffs. A lot of grindcore, but kind of mid-tempo grindcore, if that makes any sense. Heavy breakdowns, weird atmosphere at times, catchy, groovy sections. The vocal approach varies from this sort of low guttural dying fetus style to this more black metal-ish shrieking sometimes as well. The vocalist kind of reminds me from the low gutturals remind me of Chris from Skeletal Remains. My favorite tracks on this album are the beginning track, Searching the Perfect Shade, and the final track, track 11, which is the title track of the album, DSM-5, the new chapter. Cool, just scrappy, really raw sounding grindcore style production Grim Entity DSM-5, the new chapter. One more tape and then another vinyl to top this video off. Picked up Fulci, their 2024 album, Duck Face Killings, from 20 bucks spin. And love how this tape sounds. This is definitely my favorite Fulci full-length album. Love when you get a full, money put into the tape aesthetics. You can read the lyrics. And yeah, just very well done. This album is actually, as we know, an Italian horror death metal band from Italy. They are a cult band that is all about Fulci films, and this film is The New York Ripper, which is one of Fulci's most sort of infamous films. It's not considered to be very good, apparently. I haven't seen it. There's some clips throughout this album. Yeah, Fulci just play some killer death metal, early Cannibal Corpse style death metal. A little bit of that Ace Felix Vastum stomp as well. But I really just love this album a lot. Really cool momentum is kept the entire time, which is what you want with this kind of music. 14 tracks, 33 minutes of music, 20 bucks spin. Another killer release from 20 bucks spin. And yeah, cool yellow shell. Don't know if I have favorite tracks. I like the last track a lot, which is an instrumental that features this really cool saxophone by Mario Luce, and it has like this dissonant saxophone. It sounds like the saxophone is being stabbed to death, and that's cool. It's a cool sound that they got on that track. So yeah, there's interspersed with the instrumentals performed by TV Crimes, and just well done Fulci album. My favorite Fulci album. Okay, up next is a not a classic album, but a classic band. This is a Suffocation 2004 album, Souls to Deny, Dan Seagrave. This album art is one of Dan Seagrave's best and underrated art, in my opinion. Awesome. So you get 11 tracks. No, you don't. You get 8 tracks, 38 minutes and 20 seconds of music out on Relapse. So this was an important album because the band was away for a while. They put out an EP, but they haven't put out an album until this album. Pierce from Within was their last album before this album, and it took 9 years to get this out. Doug Cerrito was out on guitars. Guy Marchai was in. Mike Smith was back on drums. Mike Smith's best drum performance on this album is track 4, Surgery of Impalement, and also I would say Subconsciously Enslaved, which is track 6. For fans of, if you don't know Suffocation, I mean, they created a subgenre essentially. Technical, brutal death metal with some slams in here. Not very many slams on this album, actually. But for fans of Pyrexia, Deicide, Cannibal Corpse, and Suffocation, Immolation as well. But slower mid-tempo stuff on this album for the most part. The B-side is the best side of this album. Favorite track, though, is probably Souls to Deny, track 3. But yeah, I've read the reviews. This album, either you love it or you kind of think it's kind of sort of a mediocre, mid-ranged album for the band's catalog. The band has plenty of albums that are better than this album, for sure, but nothing wrong with it at all. Very cool, sort of a double-colored vinyl with some black, white, and light blue splatter. Picked that up on a Relapse sale very recently, and yeah, not my favorite Suffocation album. That would be Pierced from Within, and even some of their newer albums I actually do like better than this album. But Good listen. Yeah, a bit more mid-tempo than maybe you would expect. Less chaotic, more straightforward, less sort of shreddy guitar solos, but it's a Suffocation album. It's pretty damn good. And that is the 5th and final album I'm going to show you. We've been listening to some hardcore punk. And the band is called Spy. And that's what I have for you today. See you in the comments section. What have you been listening to? What should I listen to? What have you recently picked up? Yeah, so talk to you later. Remember to stay heavy. Bye.